Hello guys, Max is here, and today we continue with our Leviathan box. And for the fun of it, we're gonna build Captain in Terminator Armour, as they call him in this booklet. So he's gonna look like this. They also have a picture of how it's supposed to look like in color. So this is how it's supposed to look like when it's colored. So we will just go ahead and start building it. We start with A14, 13 and 12. This is number 14, this is number 13, and this is number 12. Alright, all three bits of the torso are prepared, and judging from the instructions, they should be a little bit tricky to assemble, but I think we can make it work. So we are supposed to assemble them in a specific order, and it should be somewhat like this. So there is a part that's supposed to be catched by the back and the fronts. As always, when these pins are involved, I am very skeptical about how it should be sitting together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slightly make this pin slightly shorter than it is, just in case, because on many of those minis this pin is gonna be too long and too tight, so when you put this part it will not end up being perfectly pressed against this bit. Moreover, we would like to put some glue here. The question is where exactly. In this case it is fairly easy to understand where the glue should be. You see this part. So this part, the whole look of it looks like it will be pressed against something else, namely this part, this cape over here. So when we press it against the cape over here, you can see that this part sits tightly. So we will glue this area and press it against the back, and we put it over here, and we can fix the correct positioning a little bit afterwards, after we press this part. So for this part, what we want to glue is obviously a pin over here. So we're gonna put some glue on the pin itself, and we will glue this area because it is clearly supposed to be touching something on the back. I will also put a little bit of glue here just in case we might need it. And now we need to put this thing over here like this. Perfect. The whole model looks very nice. Let us give it some rest and let's proceed to the arms. We are supposed to assemble right arm from A15 and A16. This is number 15 and this is number 16. Look at this. Very nice sword. What I really hate about these swords are these little spikes over here. They prevent me from removing the mold line in an effective way, so I have to scratch very carefully. Our arm with the sword and the shoulder pad are prepared, so they should sit together approximately like this. Even though it looks like that this hole is large, it will fix itself in the position once you combine it with the shoulder pad. So it will be sitting really nicely on this side. This pin also looks suspicious, so I will make it a bit shorter. And we are supposed to put the arm like this, and the shoulder pad is gonna be fixing it in place like this. Let's glue it. The glue must be over here in this area. Should be enough, and we will of course fix this by the shoulder pad, and we're gonna glue a little bit over here. We actually can even put some glue over here so it melts with the rest of the arm. Here we go. Nice. And as you can see, this arm does not really move. It is fixed in the position, so this is perfect. So this is how our mini looks so far with the right arm. Next, we will build the left arm. For the left arm, we need to build the bolter first, and then we need to add a shoulder pad 17. Let's start with the bolter. A18, A19. This is number 18, and this is number 19. So both parts are cleaned up now. They should be combined like this, and of course they will require some drilling for the bolters. Let's drill. I have drilled both bolter pieces, so now we can finally combine them together. And as always, I will slightly shorten this pin. So the glue is supposed to be both on the pin and in some of those parts too. Here we go, and now we have our bolter, looking very nice. Now to the part 17. Okay, the shoulder pad is done, the right arm is done, and they should be combined together like this over here. So again, they want us to put the hand first and then to put a shoulder pad on top of it. And as you can see, it is a bit tricky to do because I just have two arms and you require to hold three things over here. So I'm just gonna do my best to try to combine this part, and then it should be sitting on this pin over here, so it should be somewhat like this. Let's glue it, but before we glue it, let's shorten this pin a little bit too, just in case. So we start with the hand, and clearly we have to put some glue over this part, a little bit. That should be enough. We will put it here, so the exact positioning can be adjusted afterwards, but this is good enough for us at the moment. We will also put some glue on the shoulder pad. So we put some here and we put some over here. This looks nice. So this is how it's supposed to be. So this is how I think it's supposed to look like. Also, there is not much room for the movement for the left arm because it is fixed tightly in place by the shoulder pad. This is what we've got so far. Then we proceed to the head and the leg parts. Let's start with the leg parts. A21, A22. This is number 21. Important part, when you cut off the 21, make sure that you don't cut off this pin, because it will tell us where exactly our guy should stand. It goes into the base over here. But if you cut it away, it's still fine. You can always glue the soil over here. Okay, this is our number 21. Let's see how it combines with the rest of the mini. So it should be sitting here. Very straightforward. Let's glue it. And let's also a little bit shorten this pin. Here we go. The glue is supposed to be a little bit on the pin and on this area, because we will glue it to this part. So let's combine them. Here we go, looking very, very nice. Now to number 22, that is gonna be sitting here. This is number 22. We also saved the pin for this one. Number 22 is supposed to be attached here. So let's slightly shorten the pin, very, very slightly. And let's glue it. As always, we put some glue on the pin itself and on this area. Hope you can see it. Perfect. So now we need to put a head over here. The only head that is available is number 20. So the head is prepared. Look how tiny it is. I would normally prefer to have a head in a helmet, but this kit does not give any helmeted options, so I will have to roll with the bare head. Okay, so the head is supposed to be sitting here. I will try to shorten slightly the pin. I will put some glue at the back and on the pin, and hoping that it will be enough for the head to glue. So this is the head, and this is how it looks assembled. Actually looks pretty good, surprisingly good. Now we need to put our guy on a fancy looking base with a dead Tyranid warrior. A23. This is number 23. As you can see, there is some dead Tyranid over here. Alright, this base looks very cool. It has a lot of details. Apart from that Tyranid over here, it has some shells over here, some rubble, and yeah, it's a lot of really cool details. We're gonna be putting our lad on this thing like this with the pins, presumably. What I'm gonna do, I am going to put a little bit of glue where the feet should go. And that should be really enough to assemble the... So I think this is it. This is the part with the base. And now the real base. We're gonna use 50mm as per instruction over here. It should be 50mm base. The reason we know this is a 50mm base is because if we go here at the first page and put this base at the circle over here, it will say 50mm. As you can see, it says 50mm. This is the correct size. Our guy is supposed to be standing like this. Yeah, that is looking correct. And since we are gluing everything, I am going to put some glue at the base of the this thing. Time to put him on the base. Pressing carefully. And this is how our finished mini looks like. It looks really, really, really cool. A very dynamic pose. You can immediately see that this guy is in charge here. He has a humongous Terminator armor. He has a power shield generating thing over here. Has a huge power sword. He's looking really, really, really cool. And here we have it, my friends, a captain in Terminator Armour from Leviathan Box. If you like this video, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel, dropping me a comment. I really enjoy talking to you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.